Today I have a couple very important questions that are in need of answering, and the first one is this. Just how fast do you need to go when you're hauling around 3 of your friends? And the second is this. Is there such a thing as too much when it comes to sport side-by-sides? Because there is one sport side-by-side in the industry that inspires questions like these more than any other. Words like excessive, overkill, ridiculous, and of course, awesome follow this thing around like flies. It's literally the only thing people can think to say when they feast their eyes on the industry's most powerful and second most expensive side-by-side. Now I say second because there is actually one model above the Ultimate, the Troy Lee Special Edition, that does cost more, but it's only available in limited numbers. I think this brings about a good point though that I already know a bunch of you are just fuming over. Yes, this vehicle does cost as much and in some cases even more than a small pickup truck or a Jeep. And yes, it is crazy that the side-by-side industry has evolved to a place where we have units with this kind of a price tag, but it's also a really good thing we do. Flagship vehicles like this one are not meant and were never meant to be for the masses. Vehicles like this are an exercise in proving what is possible when it comes to sport side-by-side design and performance. It's because of vehicles like these that we have more affordable units like the new RZR XP. So instead of getting uptight about the price, just appreciate that the trickle-down effect is a real thing and that no one is forcing you to buy at this level. Let's get back to our original questions. Just how fast do you and 3 of your buddies actually need to go? And that's a really dumb question because the answer is, of course, always faster. And the Pro R4's 2-liter, 225 horsepower ProStar Fury 4-cylinder engine will put the trust your friends have in your driving abilities to the test. Is this a fast side-by-side? No, not even close. It is stupid fast, but more than that, it's stupid quick, which is a very different thing. It doesn't just go fast, it gets there fast too. With no turbo, power is immediate and perfectly linear. It also feels bottomless, meaning it feels like there's no end to it. All of this translates into a vehicle that is just begging to be driven mostly with the throttle. With its drive-by-wire throttle to be specific, something a manufacturer can get either very right or very wrong. In this case, Polaris has designed a drive-by-wire throttle that feels exactly like a cable throttle, which is great, but it also allows for multiple drive modes. The 3 modes are Sport, Rock, and Race. Now, Sport is where I spend 90% of my time, and it's perfect for the kind of driving that I do. Rock is actually perfectly named because it's tuned exactly how you'd want it to be for rock crawling or other slow crawling situations. And Race, well, honestly it is more aggressive, but it doesn't feel a lot different than Sport, at least not in my opinion. Suspension is equally as impressive, with 22 and 24 inches of front and rear actual wheel travel damped by a set of Fox X2 Live Valve 3.0 shocks, controlled by Polaris's DYNAMIX DV programming with comfort, rock, track, and Baja settings. You can have a ride that's incredibly plush and smooth when you want it, and a ride that's stiff and keeps the chassis flat during cornering when you need it. Honestly, you can corner this side-by-side harder than any other 4-seater on the market thanks to DYNAMIX DV. It just makes the vehicle feel so planted and stable. It inspires hero levels of confidence. The 4 different suspension settings have names, but in reality, you're going to use them however you see fit. I mean, not everybody lives in Baja. I find I use comfort for most trail riding scenarios and track for most high-speed scenarios. The suspension settings are adjusted by the touch screen or by these steering wheel mounted buttons right here, which is highly convenient, as are the other steering wheel buttons that control your gauge, volume, and of course that magic red button is still there, providing 3 seconds of 100% compression damping when a surprise crater or washout comes out of nowhere. In terms of comfort and amenities, the Pro R4 Ultimate has pretty much all the bases covered. These high-back, well-bolstered bucket seats are comfortable and extremely adjustable, and they include retractable 6-point harnesses installed right from the factory. If you love your tunes while you're riding, no problem. The Ultimate comes equipped with a Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 audio setup controlled right from the center-mounted 7-inch Ride Command display. Want to know where you're going or be able to see where others in your group are? Just open the GPS mapping app and set up a group ride. Ride Command is a really impressive piece of technology that really encompasses all aspects of a ride in one easy-to-use interface. Once you've had it, you'll never want to be without it. Another interesting and useful thing Polaris has done with the Pro series of RZRs is to make the rear seat area more useful when you don't have any passengers. Simply pull out the quick release seat backs and fold over the seat bottoms. You've got a flat cargo area with integrated tie downs. Polaris offers a bunch of lock and ride accessories specifically designed to fit this space as well. A vehicle capable of this much speed and this much cornering precision is going to need a tire and wheel package to match. And I think Polaris got this aspect of the Pro R 4-seater 80% correct. You're going to find 32-inch Maxxis Rampage Fury tires at all four corners, which is awesome. We found these tires to be super versatile and tough while also providing confidence-inspiring handling traits, but they're wrapped around 15-inch non-beadlock wheels. I've said this before, Polaris's 15-inch aluminum wheels look great, but a vehicle this big and heavy with this much power really should come with a set of beadlocks, especially in the Ultimate trim package. It just makes sense. Braking is handled by the most powerful brake setup in the industry. A set of triple bore calipers up front and double bore calipers out back squeezing aluminum top hat style rotors provide all the stopping power you could ever need, but they also provide excellent brake feel and feedback. There are only 3 trim levels for the Pro R4: Premium, Ultimate, and Troy Lee Special Edition. The only difference between the Premium and the Ultimate is DYNAMIX DV. Everything else is the same, including the aluminum roof. The price increase to move to the Ultimate is $3,300 US or $3,900 Canadian. When you step up to the Troy Lee, you get a long list of additional upgrades that raise the price by an additional $5,000 US or $7,400 Canadian. In my opinion, the base or premium model is an incredibly impressive side-by-side that offers unmatched levels of performance in the industry. DYNAMIX DV is not a cheap upgrade, but does improve the overall comfort and performance even further by a sizable amount. The Troy Lee upgrade is big bucks, and in reality, you're not getting anything that's going to make your overall riding experience better. But if your ego's looking for an upgrade, there's no better way to do it than that bright blue Troy Lee edition. So in reality, who is this side-by-side really for? Well, there's the obvious, I gotta have the most of everything but want to bring my friends and family along group. Then there's the guys who want to dune ride with the family but can't afford to spend or just don't want to spend the money to buy a full-blown sandrail. And of course there's the guys who actually do ride hard enough to take advantage of all the performance and capability the Pro R4 Ultimate offers, and they just so happen to have friends or family members who either trust them implicitly or simply don't have any fear whatsoever. Honestly, I can't think of a better side-by-side for any of these people. Right now, the Pro R is the most powerful and most capable pure sport side-by-side in the industry.